Hey guys, it's Jen here from Nails by Jen. Welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time to my channel, welcome to my channel. So today I am finally redoing my press-ons. You guys, they are 4 weeks old. I am so ready to get rid of them. They're all still on there, but I do have some lifting. So the reason it's taken me so long was because originally I was going to order the Kiara Sky almond short almonds from the pink chair, but she was sold out. They were supposed to get them in 2 weeks, and it's been 4 and they still haven't got them in, unfortunately. So I ended up ordering from, I think it's called Toronto Nail Supply, and I got the short ones. Again, I got the almond short ones, so they finally arrived. It's been 4 weeks. I wanted to redo them last weekend, and unfortunately I just didn't have my tips in. So if this is something you're interested in, stick around, keep watching. As always, don't forget to click that like and subscribe for me. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below, and let's get started. Okay guys, so here they are. So first I want to just mention that I got a lot of comments, or several comments I should say, on my last video of people saying that it would have been quicker if I would have applied them first and then designed them, and that video took way too long, and that the process was way too long, and I would have, you know, been able to sculpt my nails in the same amount of time. So I just want to address those comments as well so that I don't get the same type of comments in this video. Firstly, the reason that I want to do press-ons is because I want to design them before I put them on, like traditional press-on nails that you would either buy at the store or you would order from a nail tech who makes press-ons. I don't want to put them on first and then design them because it defeats the purpose for me. I have a hard time with my left hand doing my right hand, so if I have to put them on and then still design them in some type of way, if I wanted to do nail art or glitter or any type of real design, it's still going to be difficult for me. So I want to have basically a bunch of sets designed and ready to go, and then just have to remove my old sets and replace them with the new set. That is the end goal. But unfortunately right now, because on my original video, like I said, I used some tips that I literally had in my drawer for probably 10 years, and I've been using them to practice with. So they are not created for press-on, so I had to do a lot of adjusting. They were super long for me, so that took time. And now that I have the Kiara Sky ones, I still don't know which ones fit me. I don't know like which size I need for which finger. I don't know if they're going to fit well. So I'm still going to have to take time to adjust them. But the end goal is to basically find the tips that I like and know which numbers fit which fingers. And then I can just create a bunch of designs and have them setting aside for when I want to apply them. So yes, right now the process that I'm going through is taking some time, but eventually once I figure out all of the right information, it won't. So I wanted to address that, that yes, these are going to take a bit of time right now, but eventually they won't. Okay, let me get that out of the way. Now I want to show you guys, the first one that I did was this thumbnail. That was just the one random nail that I did, and I was like, oh my goodness, this might work. So this one is actually really quite good. There is a little bit of lifting, you can see just a little tiny bit. Like if you see right there, there's kind of like a shadowing right there, but the rest of them are terrible, you guys. They are lifting really, really bad. And my assumption is because I tucked them in so well into my proximal nail fold, I could not see when I was, you know, rocking them forward if I had enough acrylic, because again, they have the design on top, so I couldn't really see that. And I think that when I rocked them forward, I may have actually lifted this back end here slightly, and then there just wasn't enough acrylic, because it kind of seems like that on pretty much all of them. This thumb one is not quite as bad. You can see I have a little fuzzy stuck to my skin there. This one is, you know, you can see there's a pocket there, pocket there, pocket there. And this one is like, it actually is like kind of lifting now. So the thing that I was actually quite surprised was that 4 weeks after, even they were lifting the first week. As soon as they started growing out from under my proximal nail fold, I could see there was separating, there was lifting. So I thought, oh my goodness, these are going to pop off. And you guys, they are still like on there so good, even though there's lifting. If I had this amount of lifting with just my acrylic nails, I would have lost several of them already. So I was quite astonished by that, which is kind of cool. Now, I have no idea how easy these are going to be to remove, because as you guys know, if you watched my other video, which I will link that below for you guys as well, I applied these with acrylic, not glue. I did not use a soak-off gel. I applied them with acrylic. Now I'm going to basically snip off the tips of them, and I'm going to take my e-file and just kind of, you know, take the product down a little bit, and I'm going to attempt to soak my thumb. So I'm going to take some acetone, 100% acetone. I'm going to saturate one of these little cotton pads that I've just kind of cut up, and then I'm going to wrap it in tin foil, and I'm going to just sit for maybe 10 minutes. I'll give it a check and see, and if it's not quite done yet, maybe I give it another 10 minutes. I'm not going to go longer than 20 minutes. I am going to put some cuticle oil just in and around my skin just to try to help prevent the acetone from completely sucking the life out of my skin. And if it removes, you know, well, if the tip melts off well and the acrylic is able to come off quite good, and maybe all I have to do is just kind of go in with a hand file to remove the rest, I will then go through all of the rest of the nails and do the same thing. So I'm going to first snip, I'm just going to snip them all off right now so I can just get that out of the way. And then, like I said, I'm going to go in with my e-file. I'm going to take down a little bit off of here because there is gel. There is Madame Glam gel, which is a soak-off, but there is a top coat, which is not soak-off. So I want to take that off. And then, like I said, I'm going to go sit for 20 minutes max, and then I will come back and let you guys know how that went. Okay guys, so I just wanted to show you how much separating I did have. So there's some here, there's some here. Let me just get my dotting tool so I can point it out better. Well, you can see it quite well, but there's lifting here, here. I have some here as well. Now, sometimes when you clip the tips off, it can cause lifting right in that moment. So I don't know if this was from before or if just from when I clipped them off. And then along the side here as well. Now, these other ones are going to be way worse because they're like lifted to here, to here. So I did leave, there's still a little bit of that tip on there. And then obviously the little bit of acrylic that's underneath. So I could essentially just drill the acrylic down till a very thin layer, then go in with my hand file or then go in and soak. But I just want to see how well these particular tips, even though I couldn't link them and you guys can't buy them, I personally just want to see if they're easier to just soak off. So that's why I wanted to do it. If it's not, like I said, I'm just going to go in with my e-file, remove everything down, and then I might soak the rest of the remainder of the acrylic off or just hand file it down, because I am going to be reapplying the new tips. I'm going to be using glue. Ginger from Gels and Gems, she recommended I use glue. She said her nails lasted 2 weeks. Now, although mine lasted 4 weeks, you guys, they were driving me crazy with the amount of lifting because I was super paranoid to get anything under there, any type of little hairs or dirt or anything, because you guys know we can get bacteria growing in there. We don't want that, and get those greenies. So I did not want that. So I was super paranoid. I even made chicken wings one day and ate them with gloves because I was so paranoid. And of course, it's annoying when you are brushing your hair. So yes, they stayed on for 4 weeks, but I would have removed them honestly within the second week anyways because of the amount of lifting. So unless, I will try to do acrylic again at some point because I do want to see if I can just get it to work like better, because if I can get a 4-week set out of them, out of some press-ons, that's pretty amazing. Whereas Ginger said her glue-on ones lasted 2 weeks, which is still really good. So I'm going to be wrapping these right now, and then I'm going to sit for 10 minutes, give them a check, and then I'm going to check them again in another 10 minutes if the first 10 minutes did not work. Okay guys, so I ended up leaving it on for 20 minutes. I did check it at 10 and it wasn't quite soft enough yet. So it's pretty crumbly looking, which is what acrylic is supposed to look like, not like that MMA stuff. And it is coming off quite easily. So I think what I'm going to do, excuse me, is just go ahead and take the rest of them off the exact same way, because that was really, really easy. I literally just went downstairs, watched TV for 20 minutes, and let the acetone do its work. So I'll just have to go through and obviously hand file a little bit and smoothen some areas out. But other than that, that's pretty darn good. Okie dokie guys, it's been another 20 minutes, so I am going to get all this stuff off. I'm just gonna fast forward through this part unless I see something or there's something that I feel I need to mention, but for now, I'm just gonna fast forward through it. Okay guys, so the gooey stuff that you're seeing is the actual tip that has melted. Now I didn't file quite as much off with the e-file on these ones as I did with the thumb, and the thumb came off way easier, so I would definitely make sure you take down the product quite well when you do it, because otherwise it's just more work to remove it. And I'm just going to go in now and clean off this cuticle pusher. Keep in mind, I also have cuticle oil still on my skin, so I will want to make sure I wash my hands before I actually do any application or anything, because I want to make sure I have no oils, otherwise they will not stick. The idea that I like about the glue is Ginger said it was really, really easy to remove, so even though it didn't maybe last quite as long, I mean, that's fine. Like I'm fine to switch them out every couple of weeks if it's an easy process, right? So I'm just going in now and I'm just removing the shine off of the natural nail plate. I'm smoothing out if there's any product on here still anywhere, and if there's any, you know, damage or anything, I want to be careful, which they do have damage on them because I had so much lifting. there's just, yeah, unfortunately I've got some damaged nails. So again, hoping with the glue that I don't have that issue, that they will just sit really, really well. Now, I do want to make sure that I take all of my free edge off, that I have no free edge. So I'm just going to make sure I take all of that off. And I think that should be good for that one. So I'm just going to continue on through the rest of the nails doing the exact same thing. Okay guys, so I have taken all of the product off. My nails are not in the greatest shape, let's be real. But I'm going to go in now with my cuticle bit and clean up those cuticles. Get that stuff off because that we don't want on, that's for sure. Okay, I'm just gonna now go in and cut off any keratinized proximal nail fold or dry skin that needs to come off. I was going to go wash my hands, but I don't really see any oil left, so I'm just going to grab a wipe and some alcohol, and I'm just going to make sure I get any oil that could possibly be on my nails off. Now again, this is going to be a longer process, you guys, because I still don't know what size tips I want to use. And then I still have to design them, and these ones I'm doing very, very, very simple. I'm just gonna mix up a custom little gel color and plop her on there, put some top coat on, and then I'm going to glue these bad boys on. So again, you guys can see once they dry a little bit, there is some damage. Yeah, so once they dry better, you can see there is a little bit of damage. Okay, so here are the tips. As I mentioned earlier, they are the short almond. There's 500 pieces and 10 different sizes. So when you open the lid, these little boxes are numbered on the top of the lid. There's 2 size zeros. I don't know why they decided to do that. There's not a double zero, so I'm really hoping that these fit well and I don't have a lot of work to do. But if not, I guess I will try another style or another length, because these are short, so maybe the medium ones would have been better. I'm not sure. I haven't tried these yet. So I'm going to grab the largest one for my thumb, so size 0, and let's see how that lines up. So again, you want to make sure that you're going from sidewall to sidewall, and this one is pretty good actually. So you can see here, I'm just gonna push it up there. Now these are very short. They're way, oh my goodness, they're actually way shorter than I thought they were going to be. Usually when things say, like when tips say short or medium, they're really long. But these are actually quite short. So I don't think I will be altering the shape at all on them. I will just leave them. But I think 0 looks like it fits perfectly. So I've got 0 for my left. Let's hope that it fits for my right as well. And it looks pretty darn good. Oh, nope. So if I put it on here, sorry, let me get it on. So it's fitting really great on this side. It's a little short on this side. Now I can take off a little bit more of my nail there because I don't want any of my natural free edge to be poking out. So maybe if I do that, get that filed in there, it will be a better. Clearly my right hand is a little bit bigger, just a smidgen on the larger side than my left. So it still pokes out a smidgen, but you know what, that'll have to do because that's as big as they go. Now I would say I don't have overly large fingers. So if you have larger fingers or fingernails, larger nail beds at all, I don't think that these would work for you. So just an FYI. All right, so now let's go to the pointers, and as you can see, my pointer nails are extremely crooked. They go out. Okay, so I've got number 2 here. Oh yeah, that's way too big. Let's go to number 5 for my pointer finger, and let's see how number 5 fits. So number 5 on this side looks good, but it's, well, the thing is, because my fingernails are so crooked, if I put this on straight, I know it's hard for you guys to see, but if I put this tip on actually, let's see if I do it this way. If I put it on actually straight up in the air, okay, if that's straight in the air, right, when a client's like, my nail is crooked, I say, so you want them straight to the sky? They say yes. Then there's going to be some of my natural nail poking out. I'm trying to get it on so you guys can see what I'm talking about, but it's hard because it's tiny. Okay, so that would be like straight to the sky. Okay. Look at how much of my nail pokes out on the side, right? Because my nail goes that way. So I'm going to go up a size. That was number 5. Let's try number 4 and see if that helps. So it does help. So you can see on this side how much the tip is going over my natural nail, and then on this side it's not. So I'm going to go, let's go number 3 and see. Let's see what number 3 does. And that's simply because my natural nail is so crooked. Now if I put the tip on with the direction of my natural nail, I have absolutely no problem. It fits just fine. It fits perfectly. But then it would be crooked, right? Not straight to the sky, as we like to say, or as I like to say. So number 3 definitely covers better on that one side. So I might just go ahead and use, I think I'll use number 3 for my pointer. I just don't want it to be too big looking, you know? Like I found that with the other ones, it ended up, they looked kind of big and bulky because, but we're gonna go for it. Number 3, what number was this one? 4. Okay, so let's try number 3 on my right hand as well, same thing. Okay, that'll do. And then let's try number 1 for middle. Oh no, that's way too big for the middle finger. Let's try what number is this? Number 2. That's too big. Number 3 might be for all of my sort of middle fingers, my ring and my pointers. Yeah, it looks like number 3 fits this guy here. Okay, number 3 will go there. And that's weird because usually your pointer is smaller than your middle, but again, because I'm upsizing to fit that wonky shaped fingernail. Oh, that's number 2. Let's try number 3 here. Number 3. Well, let me try number 2 on my right hand. Number 2 might be better for my right hand. I want to go back in with the number 3 on the middle in this hand and make sure I have it, got it correct. Just going to try, oh, that's a number 1. I'm just going to try a number 2 once again. Wait, is that a number 2? Okay, what the heck is going on here? Yeah, number 2. Number 2 fits my middle finger on my right hand. Yeah. And on my left hand, it's like way too big. That's crazy. So number 3 is going to be for my middle finger as well. And then let's try the ring finger. Is it a number 2 or a number 3 as well? Let me go down one size to a number 4. See what number 4 looks like on my ring finger. Yeah, no, it's too small. Too small. Okay, so number 4 is, number 3 is my ring finger on my left hand as well. And number 3 is my ring finger on my right hand. And then my little pinkies, I'm going to go down to the smallest one, number 9, because I do have small pinkies. Nope, number 9 is too small. That's a 7. This is an 8. Let's see what an 8 does. And then an 8 is way too big. Weird. Okay. Is this a 9? Yeah. So the 9, what the heck? Are they that different in size? Ay. Oh, okay. Oh, whoopsies. Maybe it's not too bad. I'll just have to take a little bit off on the one side. And then let's try 9. Nope. And 8. Is this an 8? Again, I'll just have to take a little tiny bit off on the side probably. All right. So they're both the same on either hand except for my middle fingers. The middle finger on my right hand is a 2. The middle finger on my left hand is a 3. So now what I'm going to do is etch them underneath. I did that with the other ones as well. And I don't remember what tip I used, but I'm just going to grab one of my football shape type of ones here and just very lightly etch inside. Etching is very key when you're wanting them to stay on for a long period of time, so I'm just going to go at a low speed, a very low speed, and I'm just going to etch underneath here. Basically just roughening it up. Actually, you know what? I've got a sanding band, and I think that's probably the best thing to use for these. I just don't know how well it'll get into the smaller ones. But let's try a sanding band, because that might actually work better. Let's see. I want to go on a really, really low speed here. If you guys hear any kind of weird sound, oh yeah, this is way better. If you hear weird sounds or talking or anything, that's just my neighbors outside. And I don't know what they're doing right now. Okay, so perfectly, I've got that etched. I'm going to go through and etch all of them. Now I'm going to go through and I am going to buff them. And I will say that they are very thin at the cuticle area. Super, super thin. So I don't really know that I have to thin them out even more like I did with the other ones. They're very, very thin at the cuticle area. And then they've got a little bit more of a thickness on the tip of the nail. But I am going to just smoothen out that little, sometimes they have sort of a little pokey sharp edge. And then I'm also going to buff all of them. smooth so that the gel polish sticks to them well. So I'm going to go through and do that, and then I'm going to double check that they fit, and if there's any sizing that I have to adjust on the edges or anything like that, like those pinky ones, I will have to adjust something there. I will go through and do that as well. Okay, so I'm finally ready to design them. So these ones, as you could see, again, compared to my first video, these were way easier to, you know, fit the shape. I didn't have to do a lot of reshaping. Those other ones, I had to take down length. I had to reshape them. It was a lot. So these ones are much better. So now I'm going to create a gel color. You guys know when I used to do my nails, you know, always in acrylic, I custom mixed a gel color that was like a shimmery, blushy pink color. So I'm going to try to make something very much the same using my Young Nails Synergy gel. So I've got that. And then I'm just going to add a little bit of a blush pink tone to it here with this one. And I also want to add, I think I might add a smidgen of orange. Again, you guys, I apologize for the sound. There's nothing I can do about it. My neighbors are working on their houses, or my one neighbor's working on his house. So that's just gonna be the sound you're hearing. So I've got those two. And then I'm going to grab some shimmers and some glitters as well, because that's what I love to add. I've got this one here that I really, really like. It sort of is a gold pink. It says gold red. It's from CRAZE. It's a chameleon pigment, number 16. I really like that one. And then I also have, it's not in this case. Let me just grab my other case here. Oh, shoot. I also have another one that's more flaky, and this is a shimmer gold. It's called from CRAZE as well. This one is number 7241. I've purchased these years ago. So I've got that one. It's got kind of a gold hue, as you see, as I can turn it there in the lid. And then I have another one, and I don't think this one is from them, but it's the same sort of, it's almost like a flake, but it's a pigment. I'll just open them up and show you. They're not super fine. They do have a little bit of texture to them. So that's the white and gold, or white and silver, and then this one is more of like a gold, and again it has sort of like a little bit of texture to it. So I actually think I might just add, well, I'm going to add both of those to the other one as well, the red and gold, and they'll just have a little bit of a gold kind of hue to them. And then I also want to add a little bit of glitter, and I've got a little bit of this one here left. I have no idea where that one's from. You guys know I was terrible when I repotted my glitters originally. I did not mark down where they were from. So I'm just going to get a little bit of this gloss out. Now I still want them to be fairly semi-transparent, and I'm just putting on a thin layer, right? I'm not building the nail, so I really don't need a lot. So this should definitely be enough. Now you could essentially just use a top coat as well, but because I do have this gloss gel, I'm going to use it. And I want a very small amount of this because I do, like I said, want it to be semi-transparent. So I'm going to put it on the side of the palette here before I, you know, just blob it in. And I'm just going to mix in small amounts until I get the color that I want. I might not even need to use that orange. I don't think I will because this pink is very blushy. Oh, there's my neighbor. It sounds like tooting, but I swear to you guys, I'm not tooting. Sounds crazy. I don't know what he's drilling around out there. Yeah, okay, so that's what I want right there. It's very, very transparent. I just want a slight blushness to it. And now I'm going to add a little bit of this one here. I'm just going to kind of touch. Oh, this color is so pretty. I might not even use the other one because this one is so stinking pretty. Yeah, I think I'm just going to use this one. Just a little bit more. So beautiful, that blushy or that gold hue to it. Maybe a little bit more. I don't want to get crazy with it now. But I'm going to be applying this color in a very thin layer. So even though it looks, you know, more pigmented here in the big blob, it'll be less pigmented once it's on the nail. And then I do want to throw in a little tiny bit of glitter. Nothing crazy. I'm going to leave this one out, the golden red pigment, because that other one was just so pretty. Okay, so now let's see. I hope that I have enough. I'm going to do one nail, obviously, and see how it looks. So I'm just going to put that up to the camera closer so you guys can see if it'll focus. There we go. Like how pretty that shimmer is in there with the glitter. So nice. So I've got my little tip holders here. I'm just going to press my tips down. And now I've got glitter all over my hand, so I need to get that off also before I attempt to glue my nails down. Oh gosh, I don't know what the neighbors are doing. I'm so sorry, you guys. Usually I am filming way early in the morning to avoid this, but I could not sleep last night. So I ended up sleeping in till about 7, and then I had to do my workout that I do, and then bath and get ready. And by the time I got in here, the neighborhood was up, and now they're out there working. Okay, so let me grab my brush that I use for glitter. I'll use this one. Yeah, this is one. And let's just see how it goes on the first nail, and if I need to make it more pigmented or less. I might need to make more of it. It's very, very, very soft. So I think I might actually add more clear gel to it and just make a little bit more. I like how pigmented it is, but it's just going on a bit kind of thick and textured. So I'm gonna try and just thin it out a bit here. And this is a thicker builder gel, or not a builder gel, excuse me, a hard gel. The Synergy gel is a hard gel, I believe. If I'm incorrect, somebody can correct me, absolutely. Okay. Yeah, these are gonna be very nice. So I'm just literally, this is all I'm doing. I am not doing anything else on these nails, you guys. They're gonna be very, very simple. Very simple. And I'm just pulling the gel up the top because I want it. So it's similar to the ones that I had, I guess. The other ones though were a different color pink. They were more of a blush pink. This is more of, I would say, like a, maybe, the other one was more peachy, I think. Yeah, these are going to be very transparent. We'll see once I get them cured, and then I'll kind of test one on my nail if I want to go over them with another layer of something else just to make them a little less transparent, like maybe the one that I did on my last set. I might do a little layer of that. Now I think I actually might add some rose gold foil. I don't usually do a lot of nail art on my nails, but I feel like because I'm doing the tips, I'm sort of like wanting to do more nail art or something. I don't know if it's, you know, because it's not as much work when you're doing it on a tip, right? All right, so I'm gonna get these into the light. All right, so here they are out of the light, super soft, super shimmery. Now I'm going to, I've got a little piece of rose gold shiny foil and also a little piece of matte. Now sometimes top coats and stuff, or even gel polishes, you can actually stick the foil to them. I don't think that's going to be the case here. I will probably, let me just, oh, it does actually stick. Well, damn. Well, there you go. Rather than having to use a foil gel, sometimes you can just go ahead and use the tacky or dispersion layer of whatever gel polish, or in this case, a top coat. So, all right. Okay, so now I'm going to try the shiny one as well and see if that works just as well. It does. So there you go, guys. Rather than adding more product, just go ahead and stick it right to what you got on there. Okay, so that's what I've got. Very simple, super plain, my jam. I'm going to top coat now these with the Young Nail Stain Resistant, my favorite top coat. Get them in the light, and then I'll do the other 5. Now when I do top coat, you guys, over foils, I always do 2 layers of top coat when I'm doing clients. When these come out, I'm just going to kind of run my finger over them and see if I feel any major edges of the foil or anything. If I don't, for me, it'll be fine. I'm just going to do 1 layer. But when I do it on clients, I always do two coats just to make sure that those foils are sealed in really, really well and they don't chip out. Now, if you're using a really thick top coat, you may not have that issue, but because the Young Nail Stain Resistant, it's not super, super thick. In my opinion, it's like the best consistency. You would want to do 2 layers if you're using the Young Nail Stain Resistant. And another tip with the Young Nail Stain Resistant and other ones as well, as far as I know, when they come out of the light, it's a good idea if you let them cool. So just get your clients to kind of wave their hands for like 30 seconds or so. And then I find that they do stay shiny longer. Now mine, they don't stay super shiny because of the amount of acetone and, oops, that one just popped off there. That's okay, it's clean. Acetone and alcohols and things like that, they do end up kind of dulling out the nails. So this is what I've got. Now all I have to do is stick them on. Look at how cute that is. So I've got that hand done. And now I'm just going to do my other ones. And then I will come back and stick them on. All right, guys, so the glue that I'm using is IBD's 5-second professional nail glue. It's comes in a little tube here. I think they have brush on as well, and the holder comes like this, and then the little end is where you put it after, and it actually comes with this additional applicator that you put for better precision, I guess. Now, I don't know if it's best to put glue on both my natural nail and the fake nail, or just the fake nail. I'm not really sure. So I'm going to do both, and I'm not going to do a ton. I'm not gonna, you know, just like super oversaturate everything, but I'm just wondering if it's a good idea to do both. So I'm just going to add a little bit of glue to my natural nail and to the tip, and get it on there immediately and press down firmly. Now, I didn't do any type of, because it cures so fast, I'm worried if I take too long that it won't stick. So I'm not rocking it or anything like that. I've literally just glued it down. And it seems pretty good. Now, in my other video, I showed you guys after I put them on with the acrylic that I had a bit of a gap here. So if I do at the end as well, go through and I notice I have any kind of gap, I will go through and add a little tiny bit more glue because I don't want to have any kind of separating. But that feels like it's on there pretty darn good. So I'm going to keep on cruising here and get them all on. So this is what I mean when I say, you know, this does not take long. Like once I know what size tips I need and all of that jazz, and I, you know, can get a bunch of tips pre-made, this will be not a problem at all to apply them. Now, I think I put that one on a little bit crooked because I went with my natural nail, and it is, yep, I did. Because it's just on there. And once it's on, this glue is not, like, this is not going anywhere. So that one's a little bit crooked, but that's the way that my nail grows anyways. And let me check this one out. Okay. And this stuff, you do have to, this is very, very fast drying glue. And I don't know, maybe all of them are like that. But I really like this little tiny tip applicator. I find it's like, helps to give better control almost. Now you just got to make sure when you put them on that you have them on exactly how you want them, because these babies go on quick. So that one I didn't push, you know, I would have liked to have pushed it back a little bit farther. Same with this one, I think. But I'm paranoid, like I really need to get them on there good and fast. That's the problem. So let's leave that down here like I did with the other ones. And you don't want too much glue because you don't want it like seeping out. I so far have not had a bunch of glue like seeping out or anything like that. So I pushed that one back a little bit farther into the cuticle area. And that is what I did like about the acrylic, was that I had a little bit of time, right? Because the acrylic doesn't cure immediately. Same with like the gel, right? If you're working with any kind of a gel, it does not cure immediately. So you have a little bit of time to kind of get them on where you want them. With the glue, it's like you better work fast. Get it on, and you got to have it on exactly where you want it when you get it on there, because it ain't going nowhere. So we'll see how long these last. I mean, Ginger said she got 2 weeks. I can see right here there's a little bit of a area that's not really glued down. I'm going to see if I can maybe somehow get in there with this little applicator and just drop a drop in there. Let's see. Because I want to make sure that they're glued down really, really well. I don't want a bunch of those lifted pockets like I had with the acrylic one. So I think that was the only one that had a bit of an issue there. All right, let's do my right hand now. And a little bit on here. And then let's get this on there. Like, they feel very secure. Now these are super, super short, you guys. I don't mind these ones, the length they are. These are actually perfect, but the thumbs, you guys, the thumbs just look like ridiculously short compared to the rest. Even from underneath, this is like a perfect length for me. Look at that. It's super, super tiny. So I feel like they should have made the thumbnails just a little bit longer. Like, I get they are the same length from tip to cuticle area, you know, but generally our thumbs we do have them a little bit longer. So I would say that's the only thing, is my thumbs feel really, 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 really short and stumpy. But the other ones are like the perfect size, I would say, for me. I don't do mine super long anymore. I mean, I did at one point. I wouldn't even say super long, but longer. Okay, this one I'm going to try to put on straight the way that I made it. Yeah, so there we go. I got that one on straighter. You can see this one's going that way a little bit more. So I got that one on there. This application process is way faster because the glue dries way quick, definitely. But again, you can't, there's no room for error because of that. So and people have asked me, like when I did my other set, I had a few people asking, you know, if I was going to start creating press-on nails. My answer is no, simply because I really don't want to have to start buying, you know, all of the stuff that goes along with that. There are enough women out there, and men, doing press-on nails right now that there's just no need for me to do it. Even if we get shut down again, which is a possibility because things are not going good around here. Even if that is a possibility, I'm not, oh, I think I need some glue here. Yeah, I'm not, that's definitely not what I'm considering. I literally just want to do them for myself. That's it. Because I really am over like building my nails and all that jazz. And I know we can go to other people, but I don't know about you guys. Like, I have girlfriends who would do my nails, absolutely. I'd rather do them myself, but I don't want to do them myself, if that makes sense. So crazy. Well, and I feel like too, you know, when you do nails, if you're out somewhere and someone says, well, who does your nails? And you tell them your friend did them, it doesn't really promote your business, right? Like, so, and I would never want to say, oh, I did them if my girlfriend did them. Like, that's crazy talk. Okay, so now I think I can just put this, well, that doesn't even, how the heck are you supposed to put this back on if it's so long? Well, that ain't good. Oh, I think I was supposed to cut that whole section off. Here, let me just... cut that off. Maybe that's why. Okay, let's see if it fits now. Not really. I think it bent the top. Let me see. Yeah, it bent it. Oh well. That's how they say to store it, upright in that thing. So now I gotta make sure I do not tip this over anywhere. Okay, so I'm not going to put any cuticle oil or anything on right now, just because I want to make sure that that glue and everything is set well before I do anything like that. I don't want it to separate. Oh, you know, I don't know. Well, I'll see once they start growing out. I will say that this hand turned out better because I kind of tucked them in more. This one is not tucked in because I was so scared. I just got them on really fast. But I did like the idea of like tucking them a little bit closer and in to the proximal nail fold. They feel secure. They were super quick to apply and they're quite pretty. So there you go, guys. This is the second round. We'll see what happens, how long they last. Again, I'll do another follow-up for you guys. I might apply the next ones with acrylic again. I don't know. I likely won't be doing gel because with gel you have to apply them first so that they have the clear tip that the UV light or LED light can transfer through in order to cure the gel, and I don't want to do it that way. So it'll either be glue or acrylic for me, but these are super soft and pretty. I love these. I know a ton of clients of mine who are going to want them. All right, guys, so that is it for this video. I'm really quite happy with how they turned out. The only downside for me is how tiny the thumbs are. They're so teensy weensy. They just make my thumbs look super stumpy. But other than that, I love, the other ones are perfect. The shape, the length for me is absolutely perfect. So the only thing I'm thinking I might do is possibly try the medium almond. And just purchase the size zeros individually from the Kiara Sky Jelly Tips. And then I might be able to just use those ones on my thumbs if they fit, if they're the same size width-wise. I'm not sure if that'll be, but I think that's what I'm going to try next. So when I order next from the Pink Chair, hopefully they will have them in stock and I can get them there. But other than that, that is it, you guys. Let me know in the comment section below if you have been trying press-ons on yourself. I know when I did my other video, I had a ton of people messaging me, telling me that they've been thinking about doing them as well. And after watching my video, they wanted to try them with acrylic. So if you did try them and you learned some tips or tricks, or you didn't like them, or there was something you didn't like, or you did whatever, just give me your insight if you tried doing press-ons yourself since my last video. And again, like, what tips do you like? What shape do you guys like? I love hearing from you guys. I've actually just recently reached out also to a Prey, because what I think would be really good for these companies to do is to have not size kits, but trial kits, I guess you could say, where you could purchase every single tip that they offer in every single shape, but they only have, say, one size. So maybe the middle size, say like a 4 or 5, for example, and they had a 4 or 5 size, but in every single shape and every single length that they carried that they could send to you. So you could try it on and see, oh yeah, I really like that length and that shape. Now, I guess the only thing is, I, for example, wouldn't have known about the thumbs being so short, because if I would have got a number 3 or a 4 or something and I would have tried it on my middle finger, I would think they were perfect, but the thumbs are short. So I don't know what the answer is, but like with a Prey, for example, they have so many different shapes, so many different sizes. I think they have short, medium, long, and extra long. Yeah, so I wouldn't know where to begin to know which shape and which size I like on my fingers, and I cannot personally afford to buy every single one of them. So if you guys have any ideas about that, let me know. Again, I have reached out to a Prey and asked them. I might reach out to Kiara Sky as well and see if they're willing to send me, you know, this type of concoction that I'm coming up with. And then I could do more of a review to show you guys all of the shapes, all of the lengths and everything, because I have not been able to find a video that does that, and being able to compare different companies. So I hope that you enjoyed this video, you guys. If you did, please share it with someone else. And as always, have an amazing day.